candy or something. This old lady must have gave him some. I don't know why, but he just let me go. And I was like, thank you, baby Jesus. Thank you, Mr. Police. I damn sure hate traffic tickets. It's the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you so much for joining your boy. The number is 404-382-0338. We're about to talk to D. Orlando Ledbetter on the Doug Stewart Show. Listen, you can listen to the show. It's redundant. You can listen to the show many ways. The DougStewartShow.com. You can just go and straight listen to the show right then. Or you can go to Spreaker, Spreaker. They're the entity that broadcasts the show live all over the world. Spreaker.com, and just search the Doug Stewart Show. Once you get on there, in the picture I've been posting all over America talking about the show starting this week. You can find the show there. So we're all over the place. Listen, I just got a text from our producer, Tree, and she says, we're going to go after Cam Newton's clothing line, or they actually called us and want us to promote Cam's clothing line. I tell you what, if Cam Newton wants to promote his clothing line on this show, I would love it. I'd be a legging-wearing Nicky Ficky out this piece. I would. Forget everything I've said over the last 2 days. If Cam Newton's people in his clothing line wants to break bread with your boy, you just gonna laugh at me. October 3rd, my party I'm having downtown at the Crown Plaza for the Atlanta Classic, I will be rocking the Cam Newton special. Leggings, and loafers. Italian-made loafers. I will do it. All right? Holla at us, Cam Newton clothing line. Yes. We love to do that. This segment is brought to you by Join 7. Join 7 is a protection group. They protect against mishaps. So they got all these different coverages, car insurance, life insurance, all these other things. And you pay one price and you're covered for all life's little mishaps. So go to the DougStewartShow.com and click on their banner and join 7. Right now, let's talk to our family. D. Orlando Ledbetter, writer, beat writer for the Atlanta Falcons for the AJC, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. D-Led, how you doing?
Hey, Doug, I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for having me on the show.
D-Led, thank you so much for coming on, man. You're actually our first columnist to come on and talk about a sports team. I really appreciate it. The show just started Monday, but we go back like seats, like car seats, so I knew you would come on. Thanks so much.
Hey, well, thanks for having me, and when I got the invite, I didn't have to hesitate to accept it.
No problem.
Thanks for having me.
D, let's talk a little bit about the Falcons. There's a lot of talk right now, and we're hearing some talk from Dirk Cutter saying that they're going to have to try to find ways to get Devin Hester the ball more often. Let me ask you this. Do you think that the Falcons bargain on what they're getting from Hester in the passing game when they signed him off this offseason?
No, they were hopeful and they had expectations, but they didn't know, what they were going to get. Dirk didn't know what type of route runner he was. He said he was pleasantly surprised with his catch radius, which is, the circle around where he can get receiving threat when they signed the returner. So it's been a bonus for him here early in the season.
Let's talk. We're talking to D. Orlando Ledbetter from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Falcon beat writer. What about Harry Douglas? What's his status right now? You know he got nicked up this past weekend.
Yeah, he's got a foot. We'll get an official report later today at 4 o'clock, but it doesn't look good. He's the one that's getting the most treatment and the one that's probably furthest away from playing on Sunday. So Devin Hester, is a luxury now. You can just slide him into the slot and go on from there.
We've seen the evolution, I think, this year of Matt Ryan. I think Matt, in the last couple of years, has really relied upon, the numbers even show it, Tony Gonzalez a lot. Now that he has this trio of receivers, even you can add Hester into that mix, he's spreading the ball around, he's getting out of the pocket. Talk about what you've seen in the progression of Matt Ryan's game.
Well, I think one thing, too, is that he's been able to what happened against Tampa Bay. The Falcons were, to their credit, in the position to take advantage of it and did that. So, we'll see as they go forward. We've got 2 games coming up against the Vikings and the Giants on the road, where if you're a good team, you go take care of your business in those games and push it on out to 4-1. But if you're a so-so middle of the road team, you might lose one of those games. So we'll see here. We'll know a lot more about the Falcons in the next 14 days.
Have you seen a difference in the attitude of the defense? And we've talked about it a lot around here, that the Falcons, obviously defensively, they aren't the strongest team. They kind of remind me of Dallas. They can score on anybody, but defensively they have some deficiencies. Have you seen the mentality of the team get a little bit tougher or stronger over the weeks, especially this past weekend with the great performance they had with Tampa? And how much do you think Brian Cox has to do with that, the defensive line coach?
I think he has a lot to do with it, and I think it starts with 2 of his guys up front, Paul Solia and Tyson Jackson. You don't see the defensive line being pushed around a great deal, certainly not in the middle. So, they're setting the tone there with the to stop the run. I think the young cornerbacks are playing very well, and the safeties are, doing pretty good too. So the unit with 6 new starters is starting to come together, and, having a scrimmage against Tampa Bay pretty much, helped them out a little bit. Now they can get more confident in the schemes and the way they attack people moving forward.
Finishing up with Orlando Ledbetter from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, talking about the Atlanta Falcons. When you talk about Mike Smith and the job that he's done since he's been in Atlanta, what have you seen from him when they come off of a week where they had a big win, when they had an impressive win, a blowout win? What's he telling the team this week in practice before they get on the road to head to Minnesota?
Well, coaches like to coach from a vantage point of a positive atmosphere. And when you lose, sometimes that's difficult. So when you win, you tend to have more attentive people. And, he can drill down on the turnovers. He can drill down on some of the blown assignments and so forth. And guys seem to be a little bit more attentive after a win than they do after a loss. So he said there were several things to correct, and they certainly tried to address those during the their return to practice on Monday and here today on Wednesday.
Hey, Orlando Ledbetter, bro, we really appreciate the time, and we'll talk to you some more about the Falcons down the road.
All right. Thanks, Doug. Thanks for having me.
There he is, Orlando Ledbetter from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, joining me talking a little bit of Atlanta Falcons football. And I'll tell you what, I really mean it, and I talked about it Monday, is Matt Ryan looks like an all-timer this year. And, you don't want to jump to conclusions, but I really think that he's gotten more comfortable, much more comfortable to a degree from this past season. And he's always been a great quarterback. I would say Matt Ryan's in the top echelon, the top third of the league. Maybe top half, let's say a top half, maybe a top 15 quarterback in the league. I think that he's elevated himself just off of what he's done these first couple of games to a higher level. And you can talk about him as being one of the top maybe 10 quarterbacks, maybe top 6 or 7 quarterbacks in the league right now. He's just that dude. And getting the ball to all his weapons, and he's got weapons. That's a big thing. Because Matt Ryan got weapons. Julio Jones is a beast. If he can ever stay healthy, Julio could be an all-timer as well. Okay, so he's got weapons. Roddy White, the all-time leading receiver for the Atlanta Falcons. Roddy's definitely a player. Trying to get him on the show at some point this week. So, and I tell you, you'd be hard pressed to find a better third receiver than Harry Douglas. Then you just add on top of it like some cherry on some ice cream, Devin Hester. I mean, that's just unbelievable. And what they like to do offensively, the backs that they have are perfect for that. Just they want to keep defenses honest. The game's built, their offense is built around Matt Ryan. In the passing game, obviously they used a very high pick on Julio Jones, so they're going to pass the ball. You know that's what they're going to do. That's what they're built to do, is to throw the football a lot. Okay? So, we'll see. We'll see what happens with the Falcons. 2-1 right now in the year, an incredible win over the New Orleans Saints. tough loss on the road against Cincinnati, who a lot of people are saying is one of the best teams in the league right now. So I don't know. I don't know. We're going to see what the Falcons are going to do. They head up to Minnesota this week to take on Teddy Bridgewater. If you haven't heard, Teddy Bridgewater is his team. They put Matt Castle on IR. He's done. So this is Teddy Bridgewater's show going forward right now in Minnesota. So you got to believe that Brian Cox and Mike Nolan, defensive coordinator, they are going to send every blitz you could think of at Teddy Bridgewater this weekend. And he looked good. He looked very good in preseason. And I remember that was the conversation that, he wasn't playing that or he wasn't drafted where people thought that he should have been drafted the year before. But I tell you what, he's come through in the preseason. He's looked fantastic. But that's the preseason. Has nothing to do with what goes on in the regular season. So he could absolutely suck this weekend if the Falcons get after him. We'll find out. All right? Go Falcons. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. Up next on the Doug Stewart Show. We'll grab more of your calls. And they got some controversy down there in Texas with the Texas Longhorns. And Charlie Strong is on the hot seat already, allegedly. We'll get into that. Grab more of your calls. Keep it locked. It's the Doug Stewart Show. So you think you're a fantasy whiz, huh? Well, prove it and make some nice scratch at the same time. Scratch is money. What you know about FanDuel? FanDuel packs the thrill of a whole season in 1 week. Play in 1 week fantasy football leagues for free money with immediate cash payouts. The money is real with no season-long commitment. That's huge because when your team starts to suck, you don't want to play no more. It's no more fun. Trade everybody. I've been there. You play win and how much you want. Deposit now and FanDuel will match it up to $200. Use the promo code COOLER. That's COOLER and take advantage of free loot to get your game on. FanDuel, where every week is a new season. The Doug Stewart Show is off and running. But just like every company, we need sponsors. Would yours like to work with one of the livest, most dynamic, and recognized sports talk dudes in America? By the way, I'm talking about myself. Getting in on the ground floor? Well, call us at 770-847-0536 or email me at Doug. This your folk, Doug Stewart. Want to protect you and your family from life's unexpected mishaps? Then join 7. Join 7 is a prepaid legal company under the umbrella of the Protection Group. Join 7 is the only group benefit or motor club in the U.S. that offers auto reimbursement coverage, key replacement coverage, roadside assistance, gives you a current Medi-file, prescription savings, and a fully encompassed prepaid legal benefit that includes identity theft. They got your back. The average combined cost to purchase these benefits individually is over $850 a year. Join today and take advantage of all 7 for $17 a month. They've been around for over 20 years, so check them out by clicking on the banner link on my page, thedougstewartshow.com, or the app. Just go ahead and join 7. All right, I know the deal. You've been thinking about starting that online store, right? And you do know e-commerce makes billions a year. That's right, billions with a B. Well, just do it, and do it right with my friends at AmeriCommerce. AmeriCommerce is an easy-to-use tool to sell anything online, on Facebook, and through mobile phones. Over 100,000 merchants and website owners have chosen AmeriCommerce